Welcome back. This is Steve Jackson's Sorcery Blind Playthrough Part 2. So last thing I did was rest at Dampos. And help around town, I believe. So now, for those who are wondering, there's no quit out button. So you could just close the game and then start back up. For those who are wondering if they have to complete the whole thing or not, you don't. Okay, let's leave. That's the only option, okay. You rise early, thank the householder, and head out onto the streets. Within a few minutes of walking, you're out of Dampos and back on the road. After another hour or so, the way branches, with one path leading up to the hills and another turning downhill and alongside one side of a barren, stony ridge. Is that a village you can make out on top of the hill? It seems a lonely place for it. Oops, okay. So you can either go downhill or uphill. This is probably like an abandoned village. Since we have one right here, I don't think there will be another village. I think we'll go up there. Explore it. The gentle upward slope becomes a steep climb, and you are forced to rest several times. So far you have been walking through the foothills. Now the journey will become more serious. When finally you reach the summit and can look out over the low plateau you have crested, you see the path runs through a small settlement of crudely fashioned huts. There are villagers out in the street, talking and working. It seems a happy, bustling place. So I can either approach, which they might not like that, or watch, which they might also not like that. Let's get an idea of what's going on. You stay at your vantage point and watch a while longer to see if things change. After a while, you begin to notice something strange about the way the people in the village are moving. First, you notice one is limping, then another. Then you realize they are all shuffling as they move. Some use sticks. One is even crawling. That sounds kind of like zombies. Let's watch more. You stay hidden and watch for longer. After a while you realize that whatever is happening to the village, it is desperate. There is no laughter, no joy. There is no trade or commerce. The women do not walk about, and the men do not watch them. It's like a prison camp. Let's see, gotta get my spells out. Okay. Let's go and visit these people. These are people in need of a savior. You may not be that man, but you can try. You approach, arms open, to show you are not a threat, but the message is not understood. The villagers see you and panic. They begin to scurry inside their huts, as if you were an army and not a lone traveler. Their bodies are thin and malnourished, and as they disappear through the doors, you notice some are missing limbs. It's like you stop and knock, or walk right through. Let's try and talk to one of them. You knock on the door of one of the nearest huts. There is no reply. Another hut? I don't think I should just enter. So let's go into another hut. You approach the next hut. From inside you hear a murmur of voices, so you enter. The hovel is tiny and poor, with no furnishings of any kind. A small fire burns in the middle of the floor, and by the far wall a family of 3 cower from you. The woman lifts a shaking hand as if to hold you back. I could cast a spell. I wonder, can I cast Sus? Nope. Okay. I think I have a spell to help him. So let's hold out a hand of friendship. You put your hand out to greet the man. He shuffles over nervously and grasps it with feeble strength. Are you a magical stranger? Are you not afraid of us? So I ask, afraid of you? Never. Or afraid? Why? Let's ask why. Afraid? Why? Why, he replies. Don't you know? We had the plague in this village. You spring back from him, but it is too late. You can feel the infection on the palm of your hand like a curse. So I could say, why didn't you warn me? Or curse you? Or is there a cure? Let's ask if there's a cure. Is there a cure? The man shakes his head sadly. Some say to drink the juice of the bloomberry, but we've all tried. So much that no berries grow around the village any longer. And we are still alive, I suppose. But we are not well. You take another step back, in fear and regret. You have but a few days. There's no question. You must do what you can for these people. Maybe there's some spell I missed in the spellbook? Nah. Maybe I can cast Howl? I need Dark. I need to get missile potions possibly. Okay. I'm not seeing any spells in here. Sure. Yes, click this. Cast a spell. Problem is, I don't know what the spell will do. Oh, I suppose I can click that. Don't have that. Okay. Well, it says exactly what you're gonna cast. That's useful. And what it requires if you don't have it. Okay. Let's do something else. Fear overtakes you, and you race out the door, and do not stop running until you're clear of the accursed village. Beyond the village. Your path beyond the village heads downhill, once more between thick trees before turning into a narrow goat track that crosses a rough peak. From the summit, you get a wide view. Let's look around. Ahead, down a steep slope, the next village is sprawled out before you, and even from here you can catch the sound of merry voices and shouting from the streets. It must be a carnival. Looking right, you hear a roaring noise and can just make out a beautiful, majestic waterfall plunging from the cliff into a great rock below. You watch a few minutes, marvelous at how clear the water seems. Okay, yes. Then it is time to move on. You are feeling cold. Purple blotches are breaking out on the backs of your hands. What happens if I poison the water? Seems like I could go to it and hope that it heals, but if I poison the water, I'd end up killing off the whole village. Well, let's pray for healing. You drop to your hands, drop to your knees, shivering and shaking, and mouth a fervent prayer to your spirit, the gorilla. Gorilla. Does it hear you? It is hard to tell, but then you begin to feel warmth creeping through your bones, and purple marks on your skin are fading away. You are cured. You raise a cheer to the spirit for such aid, but what about the people you have left behind? You have no such guardian. You follow the tracks down a steep decline. Okay, I was thinking that I was going to pray for the water to cure me. But that's not the case. I just prayed to the spirit, which helped. Okay. That's good that I cured before I walked straight to the village. Head for the town. Some way down the hill you stop for a rest and sit on a boulder to survey what lies ahead. The path leads downwards, and at its foot, cradled between three peaks, is a village, and quite a large one at that. Behind you, the sun is fading rapidly into the hills. It will be night soon. Let's approach the village. The village looks like a good place to stop. You hop down from the boulder and make your way forward. When an overhanging branch touches your face, and you hear a lively chirping. It's okay to freeze, turn around, or keep going. Let's turn around. Maybe it's behind me. You turn quickly around. Hovering by your shoulder is a small creature, the size of a bird. It is childlike but very thin, with green skin, and it flits around you on transparent wings. It seems friendly enough. It even lands on your shoulder, its tiny clawed toes pinching slightly. It's like a ticket. Take it loose. Cast a spell or carry on, it's no threat. Let's see what kind of cast. There's a wall. Clone the caster. Cause depression. Can't do that one. I don't know if I need to do any of these. Right, I just did that one. Okay. Oh no, it's not take it, it's talk to it. Okay, let's talk to it. Greetings, little creature. And hello to you, the creature replies, chirping. My name is Jan. It's okay to ask, what are you, or what do you want with me? It's probably like a pixie or something. So let's ask, what do you want with me? See that village? The creature replies. Last time I tried to go through, they told me I wasn't welcome, so I wouldn't mind some protection. So I can ask, what are you? I can protect you, or where I'm going is dangerous? I think they just don't want the creature around. Okay, let's ask, what are you? The creature does a backflip and gives a low bow. I'm a Mennonite. Or Mennonite? Pleased to meet you. It reaches out a tiny hand and shakes your earlobe. The creature starts hopping up and down. Come on, it grumbles impatiently. Let's get going, can't we? Okay, let's ask. That would probably start a fight against the creature. This one, I can ask about the village or protect it for the same. Where I'm going is dangerous. Let's ask about the village. What can you tell me about the village? You point down the valley. Is it safe? That's Britanti, and it's very safe. It's the largest village in the whole of Tanti Hills. Every traveler who comes this way spends at least one night there. So it's a little bit expensive, especially for Mennonites. But pleasant enough. So we know now it's not even dangerous. What do they want me to do again? 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 What do they want me to do again Okay, I can protect you. The creature squeezed your shoulder gently. It's like having a spider trying to burrow into your skin. The creature flits to your other shoulder once more. You're not in a hurry, are you? Oh, that's the creature. It observes. Do you want to sleep out in the rough? Well, let's get going then. The creature shakes you by the ear in excitement, and you set off along the path once more. You descend into the bowl of the valley. The hills on either side are toweringly tall, and throw the village into deep shadow. It would seem a very gloomy, threatening place, but from the streets come the distant sound of laughter and merriment. Center. You continue along the path. The sounds of festival grow louder. It's almost spooky here in the shade of the valley. And after so long on the dire road, the people in the village seem to be enjoying themselves. See, the Mennonite on your shoulder remarks, I told you it was a happy place. Let's ask, Jan, what's going on? Jan, what's going on here? Are they bewitched? Jan shakes his head. No, if there were magic, believe me, I know. This is the Festival of the Young. What's that? Well, take a look. Jan waves a little hand around the village. The idea is that once a year the children are allowed the freedom of the village. It is a time of great fun and lots of pranks. It becomes quickly obvious what he means. You pass the first few buildings where you find a number of children singing in the street and drinking ale from deep mugs. Further on, a young boy is holding an old woman over his knee and is spanking her. On the other side of the street, a group of boys is fighting outside a hut with a sign that reads, Glen Jagar's Tavern. It is all complete mayhem. So I can either rescue her or leave her. I suppose I could rescue her. You stride over to the boy, intending to rescue the wound, but at the sight of your manner and sword, the boy puts her down and gets to his feet. And what are you about? He demands. I'm the leader of this village for today, and I say, get to bed. I can only strike the child. You reach out and smack the impertinent boy across the cheek with your back of your hand. The blow is not hard, but he still falls backwards into the mud. He is quite clearly engaged and lets up a hollering cry. Suddenly there are hundreds of children round you, and not all beggars, but well-fed and armed with sticks and pitchforks. Jan is making a hissing noise in your ear. Better run for it. Okay, let's run. Swallowing your pride, you turn and race out the village. The children follow, standing by the gates and waving their impromptu weapons. Well, Jan sniffs, you're quite the warrior, aren't you? I guess we camp outside. You make your way out of the village and into a stand of tall, dry trees under the overhang of one of the cruel mountainsides. Between curling roots, you find a small place to settle down to rest. Jan perches a little way above on a knot and quickly asleep. You are tired enough to follow suit, but you are hungry and have not eaten. Let's eat. You pull out some of your provisions and eat quickly. The night's darkness draws in around you. In the distance you hear screams and whoops from the village that only slowly fade. You feel lonely, distracted from such rivalry. You rest your head onto your pack and close your eyes. Perhaps a few hours pass when you wake suddenly, aware of a shadow moving between the tree trunks. It turns as it sniffs the air. A wolfhound. Oh. Okay, so you can fight it, cast a spell, throw something, or hide. It's probably gonna smell me out, so hiding probably won't work. And throwing it will anger it. Let's cast a spell. It doesn't look like it's unintelligent. Okay. Like goblins. Let's see, can I cast myself? Oh, let's look at what I can cast. Oh, I might be able to cast this. Don't have a bamboo flute. Well, I could cast big again. Okay, let's try big. Cast. You complete the spell, but nothing happens. The wolfhound charges you. You draw a sword, the long metal flashing in the moonlight. The beast roars and howls. So I could just full on attack it. Let's do that. Sweet. 4 damage. The wolfhound creeps toward you, jaws dripping from and fur shining wet. It will not listen to reason. You charge headlong, it bounds forward, only to run itself onto your blade. It writhes and howls. As the wolfhound grows weak, weaker, it snarls, gets madder, and howls and whimpers. Okay, I think it's defending, so let's attack it. Yes! You risk a swipe. The wolfhound drops back. Wolfhound is crawling now, its fur thick with dry blood. Okay. Let's just full on a hit. If it attacks me for a whole bunch, then I will be able to probably attack it faster before it hits. Yes! You put all your strength into a sweep of your blade, hopping to finish the creature in a stroke. The strike connects as the wolfhound weakly opens its jaw to bite. You plunge your blade between its teeth and all the way down to its heart. The wolfhound howls a gurgling, blood-soaked sound, and then it dies. Flawless fighting. The beast defeated, you pause to regain your breath and wipe your sword. Sleep. Then once satisfied, you lay down again to try to sleep. Jan flutters down and resettles on your shoulder. Your dreams are filled with walking with peaks and valleys and endless paths. A curious light plays across them, building walls to heights before ruining them as it moves away. The rest of the night passes silently. Okay, let's go beyond Britanti. You rise early from your spot beneath the tree. Oh, that's why I couldn't cast big. Okay. As you gather your things, Jan leaps up onto your shoulder. Ready to go? He chirps. You rejoin the path on the far side of Britanti. The sun sits on the horizon like a gleaming jewel. If all goes well, you will reach Torpani today, the last village in the Shamatanti the hills. After a short climb, the path breaks, heading uphill to the left and downhill to the right. Oh, we can ask him for advice. What's that? Which way, John? To the right is a forest. To the left, the going is easier. The path heads through a field of black flowers to Torpani. To the right is forest, left is easier. What else do you know? What else do you know? He demands suspiciously. Nothing, protests the creature, and that's a fine way to talk to your guide. I'm not charging you for my advice, you know. You're getting no more from the creature. With Torpani so close, it hardly matters which way you go, surely. Okay, let's go left, since they say it's easier. We go left, you decide. Good choice, Jen replies. The path slopes gently downward through shrubby forest and across patches of dry, weary earth. The Shamartatanti hills are relatively verdant compared to the bachlands beyond. The Javaji River, and you can see the influence of the desolation already creeping into the soil, like a spreading infection. Then as you crest a rise, a powerful, pleasant smell reaching your nostrils, and you see off to your right a path through a field of beautiful black flowers. Let's ask him about the flowers. Jan, what are those flowers? Who knows? Who cares? Chirps Dynamite, dancing about on your shoulder impatiently. This is the shortest path to Torpani. Do you want to get there or not? Let's see. I will see what I can do. I can find out for myself, you tell the creature. Good luck with that, Jen replies. You clear your mind, trying to ignore the smell rising from the field, and ready a spell. I want the speed spell. Let's see if that can work. Oops. Somewhere around here. I'm not seeing it. Maybe I don't have the ingredients. Oh, here it is. Does. It doesn't look like a possible spell. Okay. Not sure if it's magic, but this could work. If it is magic. You read the spell, but although you feel yourself weaken, nothing happens. Jan shakes his little head. Very sorry to have to tell you this, but there's no point trying your magic while I'm around. I'm afraid dynamites and magic don't mix. Oh, is that possible why the spell didn't work? Although I believe that they probably wouldn't have worked anyways. Let's continue forward. Go on through the field. Shaking off your unease, you head onward into the field of curling black flowers. The smell of their blossoms gets sweeter as you move further in. It makes you feel giddy and lightheaded. You start to skip and jump with merriment, and Jan is likewise full of glee. Your head is swimming. Too bad I don't know how far I'm in. I might need to go back. Let's keep continuing going forward. You push forwards through the flowers, but quickly break out into a run before hurling yourself headlong into the blooms. Jan begins to fly around your head in fast circles, making you feel even more disoriented. Like a dance? Let's do that. I'm so far already. Everything, the air, the smell, the movement, the velvet color, makes you want to dance. You throw down your possessions and unfasten your cumbersome sword so you can move more freely. Then your hand hits something hard. It's a skeleton. He has blossoms between his bare jaws and more blossoms clasped in his bone grip. He bears no injuries, but there is not a scrap of skin on him. It seems he came here and simply would not leave. Good save. You lie back amongst the blossoms. Go. You gather a few flowers and squeeze the sap from them as droplets into your eyes. Run! You stretch out, inhaling deeply the black lotus soulful aroma. The black death fills you with such a joy that all your troubles are forgotten as you slip into a deep, wonderful sleep. Oh, I forgot. In the past, I believe somebody warns you about the black lotuses. What's my fate? Your remnants will nurture these dead flowers. Your adventure is at an end. Then you click continue. Okay. Okay. Yes. That's so useful. Do you wish to rewind your story? Rewind. So let's ask him the advice again. Let's choose path. Continue. Let's go right this time. We go right, you decide. Then be on your guard, John warns you. You climb a rise. The way is not too steep, and as soon as noon approaches, you have crested the ridge and are descending yet again. You are now at the highest point of the hills, where the trees are thin and thin. The view west goes on forever, and sometimes you catch glimpses of Care on the northern horizon. Let's continue. We decide not to stop and eat, but push on. Jan is in a talkative mood and fills the air around with his chatter about what he can see, and how things smell, and what he plans to do once he makes his fortune in Care. You pass from the open hillside into a patch of deep forest. Quiet suddenly, Jan falls quiet and hisses into your ear. Stop! Stop now! I'll stop but say nothing. You come to a dead stop. Jan is right. Something is moving through the trees behind you. A moment later, a point of steel has emerged from the darkness between two trees and touches your neck. You've seen me, whispers a voice. I know it. So I can either look into the darkness, walk away, answer or draw. Let's answer it. I see nothing, you call back. You are quite safe. It is not I who is not safe, returns the voice. So I can either fight or ask who is there. Let's ask. Who's there? There is no reply, but a tall, dark figure of an assassin emerges from the trees. He is dressed head to toe in black, and you had not seen him a moment before, even though he had been standing a mere arm's length away. He wields a sharp scimitar in his expert hands. Okay, well, let's cast a spell. Although I know it's not gonna work, I want that event to happen again. Let's see, does this one work? Yeah, it's Great Shield. Walk. You cast the spell and it drains energy from you, but nothing happens. Strange. Yeah, that's right. I was hoping he would say why it didn't work. You bring your sword up to bear. Doesn't have as much stamina as me, so I could totally just rush him. Attack him. Ah, he's blocked. The assassin bows to you, raises his curved sword in salute, and then takes his position. You measure your weight of your sword, then bring it up to deliver a cleaving blow. The assassin covers himself. He is left breathless, but otherwise unharmed. Closing his eyes, he murmurs a quick prayer as he sets his stance. Let's defend. Sweet. You drop yourself into a crouch as he powers forward, but it only tires him out. You are mostly unharmed. The assassin laughs appreciatively. Okay, let's attack him. Just a small blow. Yes. Time to attack. You swing with your blade, low and fast, saving your energy, but the impact clings against his turned sword. He grins. The assassin spins his sword about to shift the sword across his body. Think he's gonna block again. He attacked me this time. The assassin laughs. With your blade close, you are ready to parry, as he catches you with a passing slice across your cheek. He swivels his grip. The weapon swings as it moves. Okay, let's not use up all the thing. He might just block again. Sweet. Acting quickly, you rush forward with a deep, heavy slash, but the blow you land is only minor. Because the assassin has adjusted his stance swiftly, you knock the assassin staggering into a tree. He seems more surprised than hurt. Breathing deeply, he whispers a mantra as he readies his blade. I think he's gonna attack me, so let's block. You whip up your defenses as he attempts to a strong stroke. You parry as best as you can. He nods to you wisely. The assassin flicks the blade through the air, crouching as he moves. I think he's defending, but maybe not. He won't be able to block this attack. Oh, he can block, but he won't be able to attack me with it. So let's attack. Leaping into action, you swing a masterful swipe, but his own moves is fast and careful, and he is able to parry. Blood drips from the assassin's tunic. He curses under his breath. My duty to sever your head from your neck, the assassin says, in a voice as cold as polished marble. You will not hold me from it. Okay, now it's block. Good, only one. You ready yourself to block as he tries a deep slice, but you roll out of his way, mostly unhurt. The assassin raises his swords above his head, crouching as he moves. I think this is gonna be a block. So let's attack. He hit me. The assassin shifts his feet. You parry as best as you can as he lands a cutting gash cut across your cheek. He turns his sword about, crouching as he moves. Okay, now he can't block this. Oh, he could block, but it's not gonna let him hit me. Sweet, I got him. Fainting left, you dive forward with a deep, heavy blow. He is off balance and moving slowly, the blade goes deep. He turns and tumbles, releasing his sword as he topples. I am not so proud as to not admit when I am beaten, he groans. You may finish me if you so choose, but if you do me honor and use my own blade. Okay, let's continue. The assassin is not dead, but lies on the floor, gasping. Second, he was here to assassinate me, so I'm guessing... well, probably to do that. I think I shall defeat him and search him. Because if I don't defeat him, then he might try and fight me again. Later down the road. With a single blow, you finish the assassin. He dies with his lips pursed in silent prayer, not cursing you, but demanding his own soul to a better place. You rifle his body for a measly 3 gold pieces, then continue on the path, out of the woods and onto a dusty hillside. Jan, for a brief while, says nothing. Perhaps he is shocked, but a blissful silence doesn't last for long. Leave the trees. How much longer do you think we'll be traveling today? The Mennonite on your shoulder asked. I'm hungry and tired. We've gone such a long way. Let's see. So I can either be mean to it, or say not much further, or you can stop here, which might also mean that he stays. Oh, my spirit changed to ape. Bless you. Let's say you can stop here. The Mennonite complains. You'd like that, I'm sure you would. You continue along the path and around the side of the hill. A wooden hut is set into the slope, with an old woman sitting on the front step. A river seems to emerge from beneath her. As you get closer, you realize the water flows underneath her house, and the house itself is set on splayed struts like an insect straddling the watercourse. A few paces from the front of the house, the water plunges over the edge of the sheer cliff and disappears. So you either greet the woman or try to creep past. That's clear. Greetings, you call. The woman looks up to you and smiles. Come over here, won't you? She calls. I can barely see you. Let's approach. You approach the old woman. She smiles a toothless smile and gets up from the step. Come in, please, she beckons. I get so lonely living out here on my own, away from the villagers. This could be a trap. Let's go inside. Thank you. You follow her inside and take a seat by a long wooden table. I'll bring us some tea, she says. She sounds almost nervous. Hurrying to her kitchen, she returns with 2 large cups. Watch it, Jan whispers into her ear. I don't trust this one. Let's avoid drinking the tea. I bet it has the lotuses from that area over there. So let's make conversation. The tea is still hot. You cup it between your hands as you speak. So I can ask their name, why do they live alone, or this is a beautiful place. Let's ask why they live alone. Why do you live alone? It must be more dangerous. Oh, she smiles sweetly. No one bothers about me. Why would they? But You can't help but notice she has not answered the question. What is your name? They call me Gaza Moon, she replies with a smile. I used to be quite well known, in my way. You nod, but you never heard of her. This is a beautiful place, you remark, watching the river outside the door, plunging way over the cliff's face. This is the top of the crystal waterfall, she says. The river runs right under my house. They say it carries all my goodness and youth away while I sleep, and the villagers bathe in it for luck, she giggles meanly. I'm sure it isn't quite true. You make to sip your tea when the old woman stops you, catching your arm before the cup reaches your lips. Oh, she says suddenly, I've forgotten the pot. She goes back to the kitchen to fetch it. I could switch cups. Or drink my tea. Or make a run for it. Let's switch. While she's away from the table, you switch the two cups around. Then when she returns, you lift the one closest to you and drink. A sudden deep pain grips your stomach, and you double over. What's happening? You wince and cough as you find yourself seizing up. Oh, suspicious stranger, laughs the woman. I can count on travelers suspecting my witchcraft. I'll kill you. You try to shout, but you are paralyzed and quite powerless. The old woman begins to search through your bag. Dan flits about in some distress, unsure what to do. Then with a coo of delight she pulls out the spellbook page you were given by the old man in the tree. My book, she cries. The missing page. Why didn't you tell me I had my missing spell? She scurries off into the kitchen and returns with a cup of liquid, which she pours into your half-open mouth while clucking about, stroking your head. It is an antidote, and you feel your body slowly unfreeze. Finally, she slaps you to bring you about. What is the spell? You ask. It's a spell of pest repulsion. You've no idea how useful it is around here. She shakes her head. 4 days ago I was visited by travelers such as yourself. But when I was away making my tea, as I always do, he started leafing through my book and tore out a page. He must have been a wizard of power, because he vanished almost too fast for me to curse him. Will you uncurse him now? Well, she looked a little uncomfortable. I rather think it might be too late. I aged him to almost 130 years, you see. I wanted to slow him down, but instead I sped him up. And she giggles. She fusses with the page, repairing her spellbook with some gentle magic. Shall I show you how useful the spell is? She says. I'll say please. My pleasure. Dan begins to squeal and screech and make some awful noise about what he'll do if he ever catches up with you again. But it doesn't stop the old lady from casting her spell. The dynamite vanishes. You feel a flow of magic back through your body. You hadn't released I realized it was gone, but the Manamite around your spells have been weakened, and now you are strong once more. I'll say thank you. That creature's been stopping me from casting spells. Thank you. The old woman nods her head, and you leave her hut. Well, she almost killed me, but she also let me use my magic again. Outside the village. It is now late afternoon. You pass over the brow of the next hill, and below you is a village of Torpani, slung from one side of the valley to the next like a flood barrier. Let's observe. Torpani is a village of the Svin, an aggressive looking race of man-orcs. You might expect the village to be rowdy, but it seems strangely quiet. Go into the town. Still, there is no way around it. You will have to go through. Into Torpani. You enter the village. There is a definite air of depression hanging over the place. The Svins are going about their business slowly and miserably and pay you no heed. You sit yourself down on a tree stump in the very center of the village to consider your options. Let's make contact with the village first. You spy a group of Svins sitting outside a low hut, and you walk over and sit yourself down. They are discussing a friend apparently killed in the night by an assassin's curved blade. I could say I met the assassin, or is that why you're all afraid? If I say I met him, that probably will tell him that I killed him. And this will at least tell me if they're scared or worried that he is dead or something. So, is this why you are afraid? You ask. We afraid of nothing, retorts one of the Svin fiercely. But no, much worse. Another Svin bangs his head down onto the table. But with Ish dead, who save Tia? Who is Tia? Or Tia? Our flower, the Svin who answers wipes a tear from the corner of his eye, scratching himself painfully with an uncut fingernail. Tia is Chief's daughter, the other Svin says. Ish was to save her. Now Ish not alive, so Tia soon not live. Let's ask what happened to her. Goblins. They sacrifice. He is unsure of the word, so mimes a gesture like a stabbing downwards knife blade. Yes, sacrifice to great cave demon. Trouble is, another says, our village die if chief line end. Tia is end, so if end ends, we end. All very sad. Very sad, they agree. Who you? One asks suddenly, as if just thinking of it. He prods you in the chest. I can say warrior, sorcerer, or traveler. I'll say sorcerer probably scare them. Warrior might be the thing I need to say, since I want one. Or traveler. I'll say the truthful one. Traveler. Traveler. Traveler? A sly gleam enters the biggest one's eye. Great, Traveler? So I can say the greatest, or I do my best. I'll say that I'm the greatest. The greatest. Best is good. Mecha Tifa. He signals to the others, who are quickly on their feet, big hefty arms swinging for you. We take to Chief. Before you can resist, they have you and are hauling you bodily onto their shoulders. So I can ask, where are you taking me, or wait to see what happens? Well, I know where they're taking me. They're taking me to the Chief, right? Okay, let's wait to see what happens. You hold your tongue and wait to see where they are taking you. You pass through the village. Several Svins watch from doorways and windows, their faces silent and somber. A few murmurs, blessings, or maybe curses as you pass. Then you reach a low hut on the edge of the village. You are set down carefully. Continue. Captured. The door is slammed and locked. A moment later it reopens and your possessions are thrown aside. So I can wait to see what happens. Eat something or try to sleep. Let's eat. I need food. Pulling your knapsack, you pull out a ration of food and eat it. Nothing else happens. I need to get my strength. Try to sleep. Figuring they will probably now wait until daylight, you put your head down to sleep. Your dreams are filled with grasping hands and long dark nails, scratching at your flesh. And however much you toss and turn on the floor, you cannot quite get them out of your mind. Daybreak. Daybreak. You are still alone. An hour passes before you hear any noise outside, and then the door to the hut opens and 5 Svins come in. They drag you roughly out and across the street to another hut, where an old man with gray hair sits. He is wearing outlandish, colorful robes. My name, Procius Chief. He slaps his chest twice. I apologize. Then he bows, brushing the dust on the floor with his sleeves. So I could either rush at him, tell me what you want, or apology accepted. Let's go with the second. Tell me what you want. He holds up a hand. First, he waves a menial who brings in bread and milk. Okay, either eat it or leave it. I could use more. Let's eat it. Gratefully, you bolt down the mill. It doesn't seem to be poisoned, and it nourishes you. The bowl is removed, and the chief squats down in a pool of cloth. I have need of you and your strength. I can either say I can help, or tell me, or I will kill you. I will help if I can. The chief bows. I am grateful. My daughter, my child, she is taken, offered to a terrible demon below. So I can say goblins, or she deserves it. You want me to rescue her, or I'll try or die trying. I'll say, you want me to rescue her? The chief nods. Succeed, and you may choose your reward, though, and he shrugs. I'll do it. The chief nods. I hope you will. He gestures to the other Svens who, still taking no chances, grab you by your arms and haul you to your feet. A crackling in the ground. You are led along a short path through the forest to a cracking in the ground. One Sven has brought a rope and another a basket. They are preparing to lower you down into the pit of the earth itself. Like in trying to escape, say you will pay me richly for this, or take the adventure. I'll take the adventure. You wait until they are ready, then step into the basket. The chief nods to you with respect. Watch the darkness, he declares, as they start to lower you down. You hit the floor with a thud, and peer into the darkness. Your eyes can make out nothing but a slight breeze suggests endless space in all directions. You are blinded, helpless, trapped. Something clatters to your feet from above. One of the Svens shouts something at you. To either fill around on the ground or fill the walls. Let's fill with walls. You reach out your arms in both directions. You find a wall behind you and another in front, gently curved. Left and right is empty space. Something else falls from above and strikes you on the head. Timber box, calls the voice. So you can fill around for the timber box, or curse whoever hit you. Let's fill around for the tinder box. Rubbing the bruise on your head, you reach down and find the timber box. Let's fill around. You crouch down and feel around your feet until your hand closes on the base of something. You pick it up. It is dry wood. It is a dry wood torch. Let's light the torch. You strike a light and the torch blazes into flame. Below. You can see now you are in a large cavern, wide and deep. At the far end, passageways disappear to the left and right. Through an uneven rockfall at the far end of the cavern, you hear a murmur. Let's listen by the rocks. You clamber over the rocks and at the edge of the cavern to investigate the sound. It is whimpering, coming from the other side of the pile of stones. The Spin Girl, perhaps? She came in this way, but then the cave-in blocked off her path. You have to find another way to reach her. Let's go left. You go left, and creep slowly into the darkness, ears straining for the sound of approaching threat. Your passageway slopes down and a short way, then ends a T-junction. Two stones are packed on top of one another against the wall here. Let's examine these stones. I was just looking at my spells. There's nothing special about these two stones, except that they happen to be on top of one another. Let's continue going left. You take the left passage. The tunnels twist and bend sharply, as if carved by a river now long since dried away. You lose all sense of which way is which, except to keep going forward where the tunnel splits. There is a stacked pair of stones here as well. Now I don't hear the sounds, I guess. Let's turn back. You turn back. The passage drips once more, and then a side passage opens on the right. A pair of stones are still stacked in one corner. Let's go straight on. You push on. There are... here the cave system widens. Pendulous stalactites hang from the ceiling as if about to fall and screw you in place. You skirt between them, following a thin, safe path until the passageway appears on your left. Let's go left. You slip through the opening in the left wall. After a few minutes walking up a shallow incline, you begin to hear something in the distance, a low rumbling. Wait and see. You wait to see what happens. The rumbling gets louder and then your hair stands on end as you see a large, rounded boulder rolling swiftly down the passage towards you. The rock is almost a perfect fit for the tunnel, and its speed is increasing as you dither. Let's use magic. You ray a spell. Cast a spell. Let's cast Fluff, if I can. Doesn't look like... No, that's not gonna work. Oh, I can cast Wall? Let's do that. Create an invisible wall. Cast. You cast your spell just in time, and the great boulder hits your invisible wall with considerable force, causing the whole cave to shake and shudder. Then the boulder holds in place like a pawing horse, but your spell will not last long, so you better move. Let's go left. You go left. The passage rises up a gentle incline. At the top, a thick crystal seems to glare in the torchlight, and a crackle splits the wall on the right. Let's look at the crystal. The seems to be made of pure diamond. It would no doubt in quest of this that these tunnels were carved. But why is no one mining here now? Let's get the crystal. They got the crystal. You try to pry some diamonds loose from the incredible seam in the rock, but your sword is not up to the task, and you would only make it blunt. You could perhaps return with a proper pick, but only if you escape these tunnels first. Let's continue right. You turn right, then you spot a spot of sunlight up ahead and rushing forward, to find yourself back beneath the crackling in the ceiling through which you came. So I can either climb out, turn back, or go straight on. Let's go straight on. You creep forwards through the darkness, quite sure you are going in circles. The ground seems to drip, and its lowest point, the passage you are following, finishes at another fork. 2 more stones are stacked against the wall. Let's go right this time. You take a right-hand tunnel. This way is soon blocked by a large boulder. You retrace your steps. The passage goes down once more, and then a crawlspace gapes to your left. The 2 stones are still stacked here. Let's see, can I get through the crawlspace? You take the left passage. Soon you are back in the spot. I'm back in the same place. Okay, let's go straight on. You move onwards along the tunnel, quite sure you are going in circles. The ground begins to slope, and the wall begins to glare as you encounter this seam of the crystal. Have you been this way before? Here the path you are creeping through forks again. Let's go left. You squeeze into the gap in the left wall. Again, you reach a boulder that blocks the tunnel. You head back up the tunnel. You are soon back by the crystal seam where the passage breathes a gentle wind on the right. Let's go right. Let's go straight on. The edge further down the tunnel, quite sure you're going in circles. The tunnel drops down. You've been here before. Then the winding seam reaches a split. A pair of stones sits on top of each other by the other wall. One wall. Go right. Okay, go left. Go straight on. Okay, go left. Go straight on. You take a left passage. Again, you reach the boulder that blocks the tunnel. You turn back. You are soon back by the crystal seam, where the cracks open on the right. You push forwards through the dark. You walk down the passage for several minutes, then slip on some dirt, and the ground beneath your feet gives away. You plunge into a hidden pit and land on something soft. A lucky escape. Or look around. Let's look around. Not yet counting your luck, you look around, and sure enough you are out of the frying pan and into a reptile den. You are in a pit of snakes. Okay, let's use magic. You check these stars to see what spells are available to you. Cast a spell. Maybe I can use lightning? No. Control non-intelligent creatures. Cast. You cast the spell and feel the snakes come under your command. So I can order them back, or order them to help. Sweet, I have an army of snakes. Let's order them to help. You command the snakes to approach. They slither nearer and nearer, and then they begin to climb the walls, holding themselves erect, until they form a living ladder that stretches up the passage above. Let's climb it quickly. It probably won't last long. You still your courage and climb quickly back up the tunnel above. Back on firm ground, you watch as the spell leaves the snakes and they tumble, snapping, hissing, and hungry. Back to the cavern floor. You are soon back by the crystal seam, where the crawl space appears on your left. Let's go straight on. You creep onwards along the tunnel. Blocked by a boulder. Go straight on. You move further down the tunnel. Moving down the tunnel, your foot suddenly meets in thin air. In front of you is a deep pit, from which rises the hissing of snakes. You have returned to the mouth of this snake pit. There is no choice but to turn around and go back. You are soon back by the crystal. Ah! Oh. Yeah, I'm lost. Let's go left. Turn back. Go left. Turn right. Go straight on. Go left. Go left. You squeeze into an opening in the left wall. The going is suddenly more difficult, and I realize that the tunnel is climbing at quite a sharp gradient. Little stones rattle and roll away downwards into the dark at the highest point. The path you are creeping through forks. As you enter, 2 stones roll away down the slope. Let's continue left. You go left. The cave wall crushes in close, as though the rock is squeezing you to death. Your shoulders rub against the walls. When you feel certain you can go no further, the winding seam reaches yet another split. A pair of stones are slacked against the wall. Let's continue left. You take the left passage. You follow the passage when you hear an echo of whimpering coming up the corridor. Your torch light falls across a frail shape. Hiding in the shadows is the young Schwinn girl, stacking stones into hundreds of little towers. It's like either say come with me or look for traps. Let's look for traps real quick. You run the torch light around the walls of the cavern. No switches or triggers that you see. The girl watches you with silent fear, and then the torchlight falls on a deep scratch in the rock. A claw mark. Suddenly there is a loud roaring from the mouth of this short cavern. The wall begins to shake and crumble. The twin stones towers topple and scatter to one side. A gap in the rumble begins to open, letting through a mean shaft of light. But before you can head for it, the roaring sound is joined by a scream from the Svin girl. You turn slowly and peer into the gloom back along the tunnel. Is there something moving? Something coming closer? Perhaps the roaring is wind rushing through the tunnels. Something is coming. You hear the scrambling sound of claws on rock, and the exit from the tunnel is blocked by a dark and looming shape. A manticore. Huge, terrible, it stands between you and the light, and howls in bloody rage. Cool. I could look at the creature, fight the creature, or use magic. Okay, let's use a magic spell. I'm thinking Raz, use magic. You clear your mind for a spell. Cast a spell. Okay, it doesn't appear I can cast Rise. Can I cast Yob to summon a giant? I probably wouldn't fit here. Okay. Okay, let's just try out some spells. I could cast Darkness, but I might not be able to find my way out. I could cast Force Field. Let's do that. The creature makes half a turn and swings its deadly tail, but as the sting whips around you, you complete your spell, and it strikes only the invisible force field. You have brought yourself a little time, and a defense that will be invaluable if you tackle it in swordplay, but you are still trapped down here. I don't have much life. Let's draw my sword. You draw your sword and close on the beast. Force field is still around you. Oh, I might be able to full on attack it. Let's charge. Ah! Oh no. I didn't do anything to it. The Manticore paces around the edge of your force field, perhaps able to smell the magic. You are determined that you will not die down here. You plant your feet and ready a mighty sword swing. At the last moment it pounces, all claws off the ground and bare to plunge into your flesh. It takes you by surprise, and wide open, knocking you painfully back. The swing girl screams out in alarm. You are grasping for breath. The creature's relentless assault. Its sheer rage is almost too much for you to take. Let's use up all of its rage, but I've also done the same, so I could easily attack me with a better attack. Let's defend. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I defended. You can almost smell the creature growling in rage, and drop quickly behind the strongest part of your force field. Your Manticore makes a nasty swipe with its fearsome claws, but you duck and escape real injury. The Manticore shifts away and opens its wide jaws, which looks so human, but contain an impossible number of teeth, each one dripping with a mixture of saliva and blood. Okay, I think I can attack it now. Yes! The creature snarls and snaps its jaws. You must finish the monster before it finishes you. With the rock wall at your back, you have no way to hide, but a perfect platform to spring forth. You race at the Manticore, catching it a light blow. It curses you in an almost human tongue. The beast growls at you. The walls shiver with its fury. The swing girl edges nearer as if thinking of scratching the creature with her claws. It is scared. It's scared, she whimpers to you. You might not believe me, but you've scared it. Okay, I think I can do a small attack. I could be wrong though. I think it's gonna defend now. Oh no. The monster pounces across the stone floor, knocking you over. You defend yourself as best you can. You stagger back, the back of a gigantic sting knocking you flying across the cave room. The Shrin girl's shaking with fear. You know that she has seen heroes defeated before. Okay, I gotta swing before it hits. Yes, I hit it before it hits me. In the darkness, the cave is hard to read the monster's intentions, but you cannot wait forever. Charging forward, you rush into the Manticore, just as it pounces its tail like a hammer stroke. As it rears, you push your sword up into its exposed belly. You have opened a deep wound inside. Your swing girl cheers. I might be defending this time, but I don't think I can take a hit. Can I cast a spell? No, I don't think I can. Can I eat? Eat. It doesn't take any actions. Okay. Sweet. Okay, let's defend. Oh god, I defended. You sense the creature getting angry and move quickly behind the strongest part of your force field. The manticore whips out with its terrible sting, but you leap aside to safety. The manticore chomps and grinds its teeth, its expression an ugly frown. I think I want to defend again. Okay. You remain hidden. The manticore stays low and tries to ram you, but for a moment it is close enough to smell its warm, fetid breath, but your force field holds strong. The monster rears up onto its back legs and opening its wings to fill the room. I think I can rush it. Let's rush it. Yes! The manticore laughs at you with a human expression of twisted joy. You risk an attack, racing across the stone. You charge headlong towards the manticore, slipping a light strike past its outstretched claws. Okay, now let's defend. Yes. You can almost smell the creature coming from your blood and drop quickly behind the strongest part of your force field. The creature snaps with its knife-like teeth, but you knock it back with your sword hilt. You bless your force field as a blow rebounds. Okay, I think I can charge it this time. Hope I'm not wrong. Yes! Hit for 3. You spy an advantage, the kind that can change the course of a battle. Bellowing, you race at the manticore at the same moment as it comes forth for you with a terrible sting. You cut it into it like a butcher. The creature crashes against the wall. Rock dust pours into its back, but as it tries to shake itself, it stumbles. You can hardly dare to hope. The foul beast is weakening. The creature stretches its wide jaws and roars. Let's block. Yes, it attacked. Rarely you move into a defensive crouch behind your force field. The manticore rushes at you. At the last moment you jump aside. You swing your arms and refresh your stance. Oh, that force field has been so helpful. Let's charge at it. Yes! You must kill this creature. You rush into the manticore. Just as it charges you, you catch it rearing up and exposed. Blood is now coursing freely through its thick fur. The manticore roars. The ground itself seems to shake with its anger. Now I have to block. Rarely you move into a defensive crouch behind your force field. The manticore keeps close to the floor and rushes to knock you down. You adjust your grip and shift your weight. Okay, now let's charge at it. Yes! For Anland! You cry as you charge madly towards the manticore. At the same moment, as it tries to skewer you with its claws, you sink your blade into the creature's flesh. The manticore screams and howls in a voice that is almost human. It is dying. Slowly, fiercely, but nonetheless, it weakens. The manticore gnashes its jaw, ready itself for the taste of your bones. Go for its throat, the girl cries. Think I can hit it? It has been attacking for lower than 1 when it hits for big. I think I should swing. Let's swing. Yes! Standing firm, you swing a mighty stroke against the monster. Your sword blade seems almost to be possessed. It finds its way past the manticore's sweeping claws, through its thick hide and down into its ancient cruel heart. For a moment, it howls loud enough to make the walls shake, and then everything falls very quiet. 5 stamina lost. Skilled swordplay. I didn't need to use the ration, but I think it's better safe than dead. Continue. The only noise in the chamber is the hammering of your heart and the quiet breathing of the swing girl. Thank you, the swing girl murmurs. Then tugging at your arm, this way. She leads you towards the light, through a gap in the rocks, to the pool of sunlight in the first cavern. Escape. You weave the torch, hoping to attract attention. I will tell the girl to call up. Girl, call your father. The swim girl child nods mutely, then bells at the top of her lungs. Prostius, I'm here! Then something drops down. A rope, with a basket on the end. Game together, the chief calls from above. We'll pull you both. We'll pull you both up. I don't think it's gonna get us both, so let's send the girl up first. You lift the girl into the basket and call up. Haul away! The Svens give a great cry and begin to pull, and the basket starts to slowly rise. Spinning as it goes, the girl waves to you as she disappears up in the sunlight. Then she's gone. Wait. A minute passes. Nothing. Call up. Throw down the rope! Nothing. The tunnel echoes very slightly, a noise from the depth. Perhaps the manticore was not alone. Wait a little longer. You wait a little longer, settling down on your pack. You can imagine the celebration going on above ground. The tears of grateful reunion. No surprise if they lost track of you down here in the dark. No surprise if they lost track of you down here in the dark. And then, sure enough, the basket and rope tumbles down. You clamber quickly in, and they haul you up. Above ground, the chief himself helps you onto the grass. His star is with him, clutching his hand. My daughter tells you fought bravely, he said. For that, I am grateful. I invite you with us. Back. Torpani, will you come? Continue. Okay, let's go back to Torpani. A little generosity cannot hurt you. You nod. I will come. As you enter the village, it erupts into celebration. You are given a place to stay and recuperate for your long journey. A visit to the healing priest treats your wounds, and when you emerge is to find the village before so somber and silent, now full of life. Flowers are tied to every rooftop, and bands of Svens are playing music on long, strangely shaped lyres. You are whisked away into the dance by Prostius' daughter before the chief can welcome you to a feast. The night is glorious. Oh wow! 20 stamina, 30 gold, 2 rations. The night you sleep. That night you sleep heavily and rise the next morning to continue your journey. Your chief meets before you. My good friend, he declares, you have saved us. He presses 2 gifts into your hand. A pouch of 10 gold pieces, a fortune for a place like this, and a key. This opened the south gate of Care, he tells you. I hope it is used. You perform one last transaction before you go, exchanging your emerald for 12 more gold pieces and the pieces with the chief. It is much safer way to carry valuables, as you can stash them around your body, in your boots and under your belt. Then it's time to leave. Time to go. You take your leave. The path winds away from Torpani, and soon you are on a downward slope, away from Shmartanti Hills, through steeped rice fields. As you walk, you feel for the first time the loneliness of the path ahead. Though Care is a busy city, it's cruel, and beyond Care is nothing but a vicious wasteland. You will have no one to trust in the days ahead. Walk on. In the distance rises the wall of a great city, the first true stonework you have seen since the ruins of the giant city in the hills. Cool. That was fun. Exploring the caves and then fighting a manticore. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. If you've been enjoying it, please do like and subscribe and leave a comment down below about what you think of the choices I made. And I will see you later.